Today, please join me for a tale which is festive. Because last week in Nebraska, a elementary school principal, which I think is the same as a primary school headmistress, if you can still say headmistress, headmaster, headmistress, head teacher, anyway, one of them has been put on leave, which I think is a polite way of saying being suspended, after it transpired she was trying to ban Christmas at the school. Now this story's in North America, but here in the UK we did actually have Christmas banned many hundreds of years ago by Oliver Cromwell. And to give you an impression of how popular that man was afterwards, after he was dead, he was dug up so he could be posthumously executed. That says a lot about the British, I think. It doesn't matter that he's dead, dig him up and we'll fucking kill him. But what this elementary school principal did was explain that because at the school there were many children of different faiths, she thought it would be more inclusive to remove Christmas. Now it makes me really sad to think that there are people educating young kids that think that banning a major religious festival, because that's what it is, when you take away all of the commercial shit, it's a massive festival for Christians around the world, banning that to be more inclusive. So a memo went out, and among the things which were going to be banned were any reference to Santa, reindeer, Christmas trees, elf on a shelf, although I am with her on that, because when did that become a thing in the UK? Elf on a shelf is for people who are dead in the head. But then other things that were going to be banned were carols, Christmas cards and candy canes. And I think the candy cane thing is when her colleagues realised she'd gone fucking mental. Because the reasoning behind this is, according to the principal, candy canes are religious symbols. Now if you've not heard this, you might want to strap yourself in. Because the shape of a candy cane is an upside down J, and J stands for Jesus. J stands for a lot of things, and I'm fairly certain the reason they're called candy canes is because they look like a walking cane, a walking stick. The clue's in the fucking name. And also, even if J was for Jesus, if it's turned up the other way, surely it means something different. Like if you have an inverted crucifix, that's then a sign for Satanism or irritating attention-seeking teenagers. But that wasn't enough. She went on to explain the colours of a candy cane are religious. The red signifies the blood of Christ and white is the colour of resurrection. Now why did no one at any point at this school point out that's fucking Easter? It's not Christmas, resurrection. You've got the wrong festival. Also, red and white stripes, they're outside barber shops. That's not religious. It does signify blood and bandages because barbers used to be barber surgeons. It's where the name comes from. They carry out minor operations. So next time you're moaning it took 4 hours to see your doctor, remember that. You used to go and have the guy who cut your hair. I have no reason to go to a barber. But the guy who cut your hair was also the guy that put your dislocated shoulder back in joint. Stoke City Football Club wear red and white. I've never looked at that football team and gone, yes, that's a group of upstanding, God-fearing young men. We should be proud of them. And if that wasn't enough, the same memo, she also wanted to ban the colours red and green because they're associated with Christmas. Red and green. When did traffic lights become so fucking religious? Although in saying that, if you ever go drag racing, the lights they use to start a drag race, they're actually called the Christmas tree. So if you're watching this and you're a conspiracy theorist, you can probably get some mileage out of that. Just as an aside, drag racing, I wonder how long we'll be allowed to call it that. Drag racing, because I'm sure someone will point out that's offensive to female impersonators. Also, drag racing is in a straight line, so think about it. It's called drag racing. It's about going straight really quickly. I'm surprised no SJWs have picked that up yet, but when they do, I'm sure it'll be about white male privilege, because every fucking thing else is. Back to this school. A thing that struck me with this is that I can't imagine they do this to any other religious group. They wouldn't be asking young Muslim girls to remove their headscarf, and neither should they. But it's like Christians are always a soft target, and that's because if you insult a Christian or upset them, the worst thing they do is pray for you. I'd just like to thank my friend Lauren for giving me this source material. I've not known Lauren long, but she is a real breath of fresh air, because there's someone younger than me who doesn't spend every minute crying about fucking everything. So wherever you are, it's December, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever you're celebrating, as long as you're not hurting anyone, just fucking do it.